Hi guys, so today we're looking at the 80s Remix Dance Palette from BH Cosmetics. They also brought out a 90s and a noughties. This is the one that the colours called out to me most. I am a child of the 80s, by the way, so that kind of made me happy that we match. So there's 15 shadows in the palette. The total net weight is 30 grams or 1.06 ounces. It says on the back, Sweet Dreams are made of Remix Dance 80s. 15 colour shadow palette. Get down and express yourself with vibrant high impact neons and poppy neutrals inspired by your favourite throwback pair of leg warmers. Each smooth matte and lustrous shimmer offers up one swipe intensity that'll make you get into the groove. So it is all 80s style, and then it's very 80s on the inside. So we've got Girls Just Want to Have Fun shadows, so obviously Madonna reference. I'm not the biggest 80s music buff, but all these colours I'm pretty sure are named after songs. Love Shack, I definitely know that one. The conga. Spin Me, you spin me right round. Is that? No, that's not 80s, is it? Oh well. Chameleon, as in Camera Chameleon. Super Freak, Virgin, Thriller, Sweet Dreams. I love Sweet Dreams. So, yeah, so these three down the middle are the only shimmers. This is the darkest shade and it is a shimmer, so colour wise I'm already thinking I do like this palette, but I wouldn't travel with it because it's not really that easy to do a lot of full looks with when it's just so many brights, and obviously it's not got a mirror either. But I have done my makeup with it today, and let's see how that went. Right, so let's get started. I'm all primed with my NYX Proof It Primer, and I've got my Makeup Obsession Pearl on my brow bone. Make things nice and even. So we're going for a kind of halo eye, and I'm going to start with... We're going to try and go a little bit 80s with a little bit of colour clashing, right? So I'm going to go into Man Eater, which is this aqua blue right there. Depending how pigmented this is, I might sheer out with Wake Up, which is the one to along from it. Which is a very, very similar colour family. Maybe a little bit more green in real life than it shows on camera, but would definitely sheer this out. So I'm just doing this as a kind of blown out crease shade. Yeah, that'll be fine. And I'm using a nice fluffy brush. And I'm going to take that quite high so that it definitely still shows around the next colour. But these are going on quite nicely, actually. Actually, they're going on really nicely. What was I saying quite for? That was really, really quick and easy to blend out. I'm not noticing any skipping, not really any patchiness. I mean, it's a bit darker where I've initially put down my brush, but that's a bit of a given. And then once you blend it out, it looks even anyway. So this to me is the iconic, that's the word, 80s eyeshadow colour, the blue, and then add the pink lipstick and you'd be 85'd. So I'm going to go into Spin Me, which is purple, and it's a matte purple. So we know those are supposedly the hardest to formulate, so let's zoom in and get a close-up look at this. Yes, I have another horrible spot. My skin is just not, it's just not. Actually, now that I've zoomed in, I probably should have brought that a little bit further down, because we are doing the halo eye and not just the normal crease. I need to use my mirror and not the camera lens, so bear with me. Oh, that's so bright and pigmented. Okay. Whee! Nice. Okay, could have done a nicer job bringing it up into the blue there, but we'll go back and forth and we'll work it out. I like that. Okay. This is fun. It's almost verging on neon-y, this purple, and I like it a lot. And look how just pigmented and smooth that is. There is a bit of kickback in the palette. But honestly, given how well this is performing, I could totally forgive it. This is so cool. Right, I'm a giant child and I'm excited by purple colours, okay? Just, if you're new to the channel, it's something you're going to have to deal with because I like purple. And I like when colours work really well. Right, I might just put a tiny bit of purple on the fluffy brush, just to kind of shape that middle a bit more. To be honest, I'm pretty much picking up the kickback, and then I'm going to go back into Man-Eater and just give a light dusting of that over it. Okay, we're a bit higher shape-wise on this side, so cool. And we're a bit further in on this eye. I'm leveling things out now. Okay, so for the centre of the lid, I do want to play with that spectacularly white, shiny, virgin shade. I don't know if they were going for a Madonna vibe with the 80s or just the polyester 80s bridal gowns. I'm going to use this shade Call Me as just a wee bit of a base to even things out, and then we're going to put that shade on top because I don't know, I just wanted something to kind of go. And I'm just going to clean off the fluffy brush. This is why I'm always in my pyjamas rather than my clothes when I'm doing my makeup, so that I can clean my brushes on it. So if you wanted just like a matte look, you could stop here. I'm going to pause here because my memory card is apparently full already because I never delete stuff. Right, we're sorted. So I've got a fluffier brush. Yes, this is stained, but it is clean, I swear. And we're going to go into Virgin and we're just going to dust that on top of the light centre section. It does just look like this is going to be sparkles rather than colour, so I'm glad I went in with that base. Yeah, this is just a sparkly topper, which is cool in a mainly matte palette, I have to say. Just that middle row of, sorry, that middle column of free is the only shimmer in there. I kind of wish it had been a bit more iridescent, but this is probably more 80s, if I'm honest. Okay, I like that. So I had been thinking about going into Sweet Dreams and deepening everything up. Actually, I really like that purple the way it is. So I'm going to go and finish my makeup and my face makeup and my eyeliner. And the time just now is 25 to 10 if anybody wants to do their timestamp from here. Okay, so finished look, and I got mascara on my eye, so I'm annoyed. So if anybody wants to do their timestamp from here instead, it is 10 o'clock, and we're going to wear this and see how it goes for the rest of the day. Right, I'm back for a mini check-in and some repair work, okay? So it's 20 to 3 just now. I went out a walk, and this eye, as always, watered. This one's fine, this one watered, and it somehow got up this inner corner. I have zero idea how that happens, but it does. So, it's not actually done that bad. You can't really see much unless we're zoomed in, and I close my eyes and you see we've got this little crease situation. So, we're going to try and buff that out and go back to looking nice and smooth like this guy. So, first thing I do, flick purple everywhere. I didn't even dunk that brush, did I? I thought I was just using what was on it. Must have left that dirty. So, smooth that over. And then we've got Call Me. I have to say, this is actually touching up really well. Sometimes it just doesn't want to blend out and behave. That looks absolutely fine to me, so that's good. So yeah, at the moment I would say it's wearing well. I don't hold this against the shadow, this is my body being a mess. So we'll see how this continues to hold up, and I'll come back later. Right, so we're back for a final check-in. It is actually 20 past 11, so I've had a good 12 plus hours wear out of this eyeshadow look, and I think it still looks pretty darn good. So zooming in, the blue that we had as the kind of transition shade, it's still there. The purple's still there. There's no muddiness going on. Maybe a tiny bit of fading in my crease, but barely noticeable. And then the shimmer shade, I don't think the camera's picking that up quite as well as it could. It's not actually as one-dimensional as I originally thought. There is some kind of blue glints in there. I am still glad I put a colour underneath it because it is more of a sheer topper than, you know, an eyeshadow colour on its own. So the eyeshadows themselves perform really well, and as I mentioned, matte purple, apparently the hardest to formulate. This one went on really nicely. So the palette as a whole, it's very affordable for the size of the pans, the amount of colours that you get. I think the quality is great. The colour selection is going to be a very personal thing. Now, like I said, I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of looks using just this palette. You would want to support it with something with a few more basics, even just like a basic black and maybe a couple of more interesting shimmers would really, you know, bulk this out and make it perfect. So if you're looking for the kind of palette where you can just pack it in your bag, go on holiday and be able to do all kinds of looks with it, this particular one is not your friend. I will say that the 90s and the noughties palettes are, the noughties one's definitely a bit more balanced in terms of having some neutrals in there, because that was very much the theme of that decade. But this one is still so definitely fun and, you know, up my alley. I can't wait to really play with this one and play with the purple again, bright yellow. I think that shade Call Me that we put in the middle of the lid might actually be a really nice blusher. And then we've got Kiss, which is just a nice pink. It's very baby girly. Conga and Spin Me together Just make me think of the Cheshire Cat from the Disney version of Alice in Wonderland. Thriller is a matte red that I feel is so rare to see at all, let alone in a affordable palette, and that's how it goes on, and that was with no primer. It is a pinkier toned red, but definitely red and not pink, if that makes sense. So that alone, I'd say this is like a rare thing to find as a matte shade at a drugstore price point. So I am going to put this into the goodbye category, but it is definitely a personal, whether these colours call to you, kind of a choice. But definitely check out the free palettes, the free decade palettes, the 80s, the 90s and the noughties. I'm pretty sure there's going to be one in that appeals to everybody, so have a look. If you've got any questions, leave them down below and I will get back to you. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the video. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button. I am now going to go to bed because apparently I'm tired and talking about videos. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.